Centro has a new person behind the wheel to lead the bus system and transportation network covering the greater Central New York area. The Centro board recently unanimously appointing Christopher Tuff as CEO of the system.
Guess what? He joins us now. Chris, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And congrats, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, you've been with Centro for a couple of years, over a 2-year stint. What excites you about being CEO?
You know, certainly it's an honor to participate in making effective change in the community that I grew up in. And working with a great team at Centro, you know, providing better service to the community is something we're looking forward to. And being able to work with that team to improve our service is certainly something I'm all about and want to provide.
I find this to be a fun little fact, so I want to get to it here. How much does it help you as a CEO leading this organization that you occasionally drive a bus? I think, you know, when things get a little busy, Red Hot Chili Peppers, maybe I heard you drove a bus for. I mean, what does that do for you? Why do you feel like that's important?
So it certainly gives me a perspective of the customer experience, but also the driver's experience. You know, we rely heavily on our operators, and that door opening and the customer boarding the bus is certainly part of our service and providing it. So being able to experience both sides of that story or that situation gives me an opportunity when we're having meetings and making decisions to understand I can relate to that. I understand maybe what the driver's thinking, but we also understand what the customer feels. So it gives me some insight that not everybody may have.
Yeah. Especially with the drivers, they probably appreciate the fact that I'm in your seat, literally.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Right. You know, it gives us an opportunity to be in their office. Right. You know? So it's fun.
As we all know, our area is about to see some tremendous growth, especially with the arrival of Micron. How important is it to see a thriving Centro, especially with what's anticipated in the future?
It's certainly important to see Centro continue to thrive as we see the construction happening for Micron and certainly 81 and other businesses coming to the area. We need to make sure that we're able to provide the services to get individuals to the employment opportunities at Micron. You know, certainly looking at opportunities to provide the increased population to get the services and being able to integrate into the community. So, you know, continuing to see Centro thrive and provide those services is certainly important, and we want to be part of that. We have a great working relationship with Micron already as far as, you know, what they may anticipate and where we need to go. So, you know, we're looking at that and hopefully going to be able to be a great partner for them.
You've already had those conversations with Micron.
Yeah, we've had some introductory conversations with them as far as what they may be looking for and what we can provide as service for folks coming from downtown here all the way out to the Micron site.
Right. Yeah, and I'm sure you've already been kind of doing some of this work with the 81 Viaduct project that you mentioned as well. The redesign of the Onondaga County network. I know you cover a vast area, but let's focus on that right now.
Sure.
That redesign, the new bus rapid transit, how that's all coming along and how that factors into this kind of bigger picture to, as we say, meet the people's needs. Because that's why you're there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So talking about bus rapid transit, BRT, you know, the biggest thing we hear when we talk to our customers is frequency, frequency, frequency. So bus rapid transit is going to allow us to do that. You know, we want to increase our frequency from 40 minutes down to about 15 minutes on these corridors. With the system redesign, it's really about meeting our customers where they need to go. You know, realigning our system to make sure that we're meeting their transportation needs. We know the community's changing. It has changed. So now we have an opportunity to look at our system and say, okay, let's talk to our customers and see where they need to go, and let's realign our system to make sure they can get there.
How much concern do you have, and your drivers too, because, you know, we're kind of anticipating some angst over the I-81 viaduct and all the traffic and the congestion and the route changes.
Yeah, some of it's already there, right? Some north and south of the viaduct.
So how are you navigating that?
So with us, the 81 project is really impacting probably more vehicles than it is our buses. But once the 81 viaduct really comes down, we're going to see some detours in the inner city. You know, a lot of our buses travel on the local streets, not necessarily the highway. But once the viaduct comes down and the construction happens, just like any service, we'll detour. We do it. It's a regular day practice for us as things happen throughout the city. But you know, once we see the viaduct complete and the community grid finally constructed, we may evaluate the service in that area to reroute some things and change some routes. But all in all, you know, we're excited about it. It does cause some angst because we're not sure when the detours are going to happen.
Sure.
But you know, it's part of our regular day business to get that information out to our customers.
Chris, great conversation. Thanks for stopping by. I think we've got a lot more we can cover in future visits, so we'd love to have you back again. to talk about some of these
absolutely.
things.
Anytime.
Great
Thank you for
insight.
having me.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.